Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, it's so good. Competition is on here at TPC Sawgrass. And we're tucked away in the Palm Valley Village. If I were anywhere near 9 Green or 18, they'd haul me off when I do something like this. Ah! They probably would not be accepting of that. But we
Probably
are.
not.
Yeah, but we are off to the side. We're behind 9 Green, so you can walk up and easily find us. But it's just a gorgeous day. The leaderboard has a lot of potential. We'll go back to our contest yesterday when out of the blue, Big Searcy picks Lucas Glover as his wild card pick, and lo and behold, Glover is up the leaderboard. We're going to take a look at a handful of other guys that are up there as well. One of his other picks, Hideki Matsuyama?
Not so much.
Or what did he say? Did he call him Hideki Matsui?
Matsui.
He might have.
He did call him Matsui.
But not so much for him. And I watched Hideki finish up and a few guys coming through, starting on the back 9, finishing on the front side. But know this, people. If you're here, you know it's paradise. If you're on your way here, you know you're dealing with traffic. And those others, just sit back and look at the leaderboard, watch us on YouTube, and enjoy a little 1010 XL this afternoon. Maddie, I think you might have to put out a public service announcement. Patience, right?
Leave early.
Patience on the pavement?
Not even patience, because no one's going to have patience in that kind of traffic. So just leave early. Leave early. Leave early.
The other half of it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got on A1A at 11 a.m. It was 3 hours before our show. And I walked up to our palatial digs here at the Palm Valley Village at about 1:35. Mm-hmm. So it takes a while.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a while. Leave early.
Yeah, and so the crowds, they always want to be here for the afternoon setting, and you may have knocked off work and you're on your way out here. Friday is even tougher to deal with.
Yeah.
And like I said, either you look at the shuttles, you look at the ride share, you look at the Uber, you look at the Nocatee, because coming in Nocatee, even though it's still a jammed up Palm Valley Road, when you're getting closer and closer to general parking, at the very least, you're not going to be on A1A that entire time. So it definitely is a different situation, that's for sure, as I step on my headphones. All right, so we've got young Payton Thorne coming up here, and we want to say hello to him real quick as he's out here. We want him to soak up the scenery just a little bit, but former Auburn quarterback getting ready for the NFL draft. Why is he here? How do we know him? Quarterback whisperer.
Right. Eddie Thompson,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's the guy that brought him into Duval to start training. So let's spend a few minutes with him. Payton, how you doing, bud?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing great. Before we talk about anything about going to the NFL, playing at Auburn, what do you think about when you walk on this property, huh?
It makes me think I wish I had my sticks with me so I could play. But no, it's a great place. This is my second time here.
Okay.
First time we came on Tuesday, and I mean this place is.
So you took in the concert.
I think we got here late, so we just kind of walked around, was checking out as much of the course as we could, but we definitely heard the concert.
Yeah.
Have you played here before?
No.
No. So what's your handicap?
Right now, I think it's a 7. I think the lowest I ever got.
All quarterbacks.
I think was So I try to be as good as I can when I'm out there.
What's the lowest you've gotten?
Down to a 4. 3 summers ago, I think, back when I was up in Michigan State. So
all right.
We were playing quite a bit that summer.
Yeah, it is crazy to think you can play quite a bit in Michigan, okay? Because they shut those
nice
courses
up there, though, man.
Yeah, but they shut those courses down for about, 5 months, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're talking with Payton Thorne, former Auburn Tiger, getting ready for the NFL. We definitely want to talk about what you've been doing training-wise, but let's just go back real quick to Auburn, just as far as wrapping up your college career. Hugh Freeze comes in. It wasn't the easiest of challenges for him, but just kind of reflect on your career, War Eagle.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, like you said, spent my last 2 years there. Very fortunate for the opportunity to play there in front of those fans and with the teammates that I had. So I had a good time there, and it was fun, like I said, to get to meet all those people and get to experience a place like Auburn. Really loved my time at Michigan State as well. Nothing but love for Michigan State. But like I said, playing at Auburn in that atmosphere, it was electric to say the least.
You guys had a hell of a season too. Your last year at Michigan State. I mean, you guys were
Yeah.
It's impressive. That was an impressive season.
Yeah, it was a fun year back in 2021. A lot of great guys on that team too, great coaches, and yeah, I mean, it was a blast that year.
So what are you doing with Denny right now at 6 points, and how are you trying to develop for the draft?
Yeah, so I'm working with Denny, with Will Hewlett, and Tom Gormelli. And those guys have been outstanding. I think they're the best in the business, no question about it. I've been working with them for, I think, 4 years now. I didn't have a quarterback trainer at all growing up. My dad was a coach my whole life, so and he played quarterback. He was a really good player himself, and so he coached me my whole life until I got to college. And so then got with these guys. They've been great. Got to see actually this morning some of my results from our last motion capture is what it's called. And so it really breaks your throwing motion down to literally a science. And so seeing improvements already from the last 3 or 6 weeks. Excited about that, and excited to keep moving forward, and just seeing how good you can get.
We're talking with Payton Thorne, former Auburn Tiger, former Sparty, getting ready for the NFL draft. It's funny because you're right, in your backyard, Pops is saying, come on, man, hit the target, that type of deal. But the metrics that you guys deal with now, can you give us like what you just described, like a little bit of an idea of just how sophisticated it is?
Yeah, it's very sophisticated. They call it biomechanics. And so the easiest thing that people know, it gives you your velocity. That's easy. And, you definitely need that. Guys can play at very different velocities. Some guys like Mahomes and Josh Allen and guys like Anthony Richardson, they're going to chuck it, And then there's other guys in the league that are having a ton of success that don't have as strong of an arm. And so just seeing where you're at there, and then seeing how your body moves, seeing how your hips move, your hips and your shoulder separation, seeing what kind of layback you got in your arm, and that's just how far really your arm can sling backwards, if that makes sense, on the follow through. And there's just a ton of numbers that you can look at: launch angles, release time, all types of stuff. And when you break it down like that, it's fun. I'm a numbers guy myself, and so looking at those things, it's cool to see.
So Denny's got some elite college and pro quarterbacks there. How does that help you raise your level when you're training? Because he's got some dudes out there. Yeah,
at the Cortex facility, there's a ton of guys, ton of jerseys on that wall, and they've been. I think that their number one thing. I don't think that they are huge in advertising their stuff. It's just word of mouth. When guys are really good at what they do, word travels quick. And in a circle that's of quarterbacks that is not huge, in terms of college and pro, when you get with those guys and you talk about who you're training with and all that, it's easy to say, hey, these guys are elite. These guys really know what they're talking about, and it's big time down there. And so then the next guy wants to come check it out, and then he has the same experience, and so it grows quickly. And I think that's just a reflection of the work that they've put into it and the time they've put into their craft, and it's fun to work with those guys.
You're still a young man, but if you look at Maddie and I, and we kind of give away our age, we look old, but we saw a different NFL when we were coming up. Now you're seeing an NFL that is RPO, that has a lot of options for you as a big cat to move and throw. So how do you think it sets up for you?
Yeah, absolutely. You see more and more guys that can move in the NFL. There's the pocket passer is kind of fading. You have to absolutely be able to play from the pocket. There's no guys that are out there just running around all game and having success. So you have to be able to play from the pocket, but the ability to escape and, create a second play within the first one, and scramble and go get yards with your feet, or, complete balls outside the pocket is huge. And I think that the best guys in the game right now, they can do that. And, you've seen it from when I was younger, growing up, there were guys that could do that. But like you say, there weren't as many as there are today. And so you don't always have to be breaking guys down and having a ton of shake. But if you can get out of trouble and eliminate sacks and make bad plays into good ones, that's a huge advantage.
Extended plays, that's the key. Hey, you've been part of the NIL process. Obviously, the huge positive is that you guys finally get to earn. What are other positives and negatives about the process? Like, looking back at it now, are you like, all right, that's probably it's not conducive to what we need to do as a team? Are there things like that?
Yeah, there definitely are positives and negatives, as there are to most things. But I think NIL, when I got to college, there wasn't any. And so I'm one of the unique guys who has seen both sides of it, I feel like. And so NIL showed up in the summer of 21, and that, like you talked about earlier, was our really good season at Michigan State. And so we got to benefit from it. And we made what I think they were intending real NIL to be. We were getting deals from local companies, from different brands across the country, from trading cards.
After playing well.
Right. And so we were getting deals from our play. and from, oh, hey, this guy is popular in this state or this state, and so we're going to give him something. Well, now it's, it's just minor league football now, and anyone who wants to act like it's not is fooling themselves. At the Power 4 level, guys are getting paid to play football, and you kind of go to school.
Yeah, hence the term name, image, and likeness. That's what it was intended to be.
Right.
Yes, and so with the way these collectives and everything have gone, they've tried to go ahead and put a cap on it, but I have I'm sure there are a lot of people with this opinion, but it's like until somebody gets together and says, okay, this is the rules and no one's breaking these rules, you can set a cap all you want, but that's just going to go back to what it was the last 40 years, where
under the table
stuff on top of the cap, And so people had to get together and decide, okay, this is what it is, and this is what we're going to enforce, and everyone has to agree on it, and it has to be like the NFL and these other pro leagues, where it's like if you break the rules, there's a consequence. Right. It's like anything, and so
of which there's not now.
Which there's really not that I'm aware of, and I think that they're trying to get to that. There's a process of trying to get there, but I think it's good. I think that the college football is. I think it might be the second most popular sport in the country. And so it's like, guys probably should get paid for that. You look at the top watched events in the country in college football, it's college football in the NFL. The NBA Finals will be up there, and, maybe the World Series and maybe another sport or like the Oscars or something. But it's college football in the NFL. So I think guys should get paid for that.
Do you think it should? I mean, you talked about it being a minor league football, and I agree with you. Do you think it should be a situation where you guys collectively bargain, where players collectively bargain like the NFL?
Yeah, so that'll be the interesting thing, and I don't know a ton about that, so I don't like talking about topics I don't know much about, but, I do know that, players will be involved, and it would be interesting having 18-year-olds come in there and be like, pounding the table on this, and that. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Some guys, I'm sure they do, but some guys don't at all, and so I think it probably will get into that point, because I think that the two leagues are going to break away, and they're going to grab the others from the other conferences, and that's going to be a mega conference. That's what I think.
Like an AFC and NFC type deal.
Little super D1, that's what I like to call it. Yeah. And it easily could be that. I don't know if it's 64. You're going to lop off, and this is what Matt writes for USA Today, covering college sports. We argue about it all the time. But at some point, unfortunately, there will be collateral damage.
Winners and losers,
You will be lopping off the Vandys of the world, maybe some other ones that you just don't. Like, you look at Vandy, they're a good story a time or two, but they're a field horse. Yeah. And so, they'd go to the Super D1, they'd lop those guys off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, because right now it's like if you're a Group of 5 school, a mid-tier Group of 5 school, it's like, okay, my best player has a good year. He's not going to be here next year.
Yeah.
Like this one time, and can you blame the guy if the guy's going to get offered this many hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we can offer him 50 or whatever it is. I don't know what the number is in that that level right now, but it's like, I can't really blame that guy.
And the free movement is available. You are allowed to go anywhere you want.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's obviously, it's still in process, and there's going to be a lot of stuff coming, I'm sure, here in the next few years, but we'll see.
All right, so let's wrap it up with you. We're talking with Payton Thorne, former Auburn Tiger, former Sparty, getting ready for the National Football League and training with the folks, including our Denny Thompson, the quarterback whisperer. So we had Austin Reed here a year ago. Remember this, Matt?
Oh, yeah.
He sat over here on this side. I think he might have just proposed to his girl.
He did.
Right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and so anyway, we felt pretty good about him. We were like, bro, you got a chance to make a team. He ends up making a team. So now we're going to put a little good juju on you as far as making a team. Who'd you grow up rooting for?
Funny enough, Austin Reed plays for the Bears. I grew up in Chicago. I always rooted for the Bears.
Yeah.
So, that was my team.
So you never know, but look around, obviously, and see where you end up, and hopefully you'll get drafted. Hopefully you'll have a chance. The later you get in the rounds, you go to a practice squad, it ain't a bad situation at all.
Yeah.
Right. You just got your foot in the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Bust your butt. Well, Payton, best of luck. We really appreciate it,
Thanks,
man.
Thanks
for dropping by.
It's nice to meet you guys.
All right, Payton Thorne. In the draft process, it is such a tough deal trying to figure out where you're going to go, how many people need you, all that type of stuff. All right, we'll keep it going. It is XL Primetime. Beautiful TPC Sawgrass on a Thursday.
The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
The Players Championship is underway in Ponte Vedra, and we are here to give you updates throughout the tournament. RJ Saunders here with you. This update brought to you by Dermagnify Medical, Surgical, and Cosmetic Dermatology, as well as Sawgrass Asset Management. Lucas Glover holds the top spot, all his own at the Players, sitting at a -6. shot a 66 through his first round. Jordan Spieth currently -2 as he finished his round not too long ago. A special note when it comes to Spieth in the early stages of the Players, he's the 7th player since 1983 to eagle number 11 and 16 during the same round of the Players Championship, and first since Xander Schauffele in 2023 in his round 4 of the Players Championship. Making his 106th career tour start and 3rd at the Players Championship, Alex Smalley opens up with a bogey-free 4 under 68. He's a 2-time runner-up on the PGA Tour. Smalley has never led after any round of the tour. He's currently tied with Steven Yeager and Aaron Rye for 2nd place. We will continue to have updates for you on 1010XL and 92.5 FM of the Players. I'm RJ Saunders.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all, from mowing, edging, fertilizer to irrigation and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Amelia Tucker, senior varsity track and field and soccer player at Wilson High. Amelia is involved with student government and is a member of the National Honor Society. Congratulations, Amelia.
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Ahead, We build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. Are you tired of wrestling with your old shower curtain? Then say goodbye to the curtain chaos and hello to a new frameless shower enclosure. Wago Glass is clear, classy, and won't stick to you like a toddler at bedtime. Plus, it makes your bathroom look bigger and brighter. Upgrade your shower experience and step into style. Call me at Baker Glass and get ready to love your new glass shower enclosure. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Real estate isn't just a job, it's a commitment. With Paige Covington, you get a dedicated partner who's available day or night because buying or selling a home doesn't follow a schedule. Your needs come first. Whether it's finding the perfect home or selling for top dollar, Paige Covington goes the extra mile every time. Meet Paige Covington with England Volkers at String Sports Brewery on Pittman Road in Jacks Beach, Friday, March 21st from 4 to 6 for Madness with the Frangie Show. PaigeCovington.evrealestate.com.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Gorgeous day, TPC Sawgrass, the stadium course, and the players is underway. You've got live leaderboard updates just coming at you, fast and furious, right here on 1010XL, 92.5 FM, the Super Station. Joe C., along with Matt Hayes. Big Sirs has today and tomorrow off, so he will be back on Monday. We'll have Coach Campo hanging out with us tomorrow, but we are hanging out here in the Palm Valley Village. We had a few texters that hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures saying, hey, where you guys hold up at? So it's just a little kind of tucked away right behind 9 Green is Palm Valley Village, and you'll see a sign that says open to the public. And trust me, there are many venues that you'd like to go into that are not open to the public, but this one you can walk in, you can check out, whatever, get you a cold one. I'm going to tweet this out later, but this was pointed out to me by one of our diehard listeners, and it basically, he drew a map. Okay, I'll show it to Matt here real quick, and then I'll end up sending it out on X. But my buddy texts me, and he goes, take a look at this. You see this, Matt? This is Palm Valley Village, and he circled with his pen on his iPhone the 1010XL sign, and then he also circled the Palm Valley Village bar.
Shockingly, next
to us. And he said this may not end well. So as far as I know, the last time I saw Hicken, he was over there, at the Palm Valley Village bar. But having a good time, real easy to drop by and say, hey, if you guys want to. Let's just at least follow up what Payton Thorne was just saying. And look, I like hearing it from a player's point of view because you are talking about the reality of what we're dealing with right now. And he said it best, we know it's minor league football. And when you act like money wasn't being exchanged before, we know that that's naive, but it went from money under the table to a lot of stacks on the table. And it went from what was your idea that you were going to do back in the when this whole thing started. Hey, let's award the guys that can use their name, image, and likeness. Let's award them an opportunity to make money. Now it is just another recruiting tool. It's a sham is what it is, but that's just the reality of it.
I don't know, Shan, whatever you want to say. The newsworthy part of that is I've never heard a player say that it's minor league football.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. They've never said that. I've maybe one coach. Maybe.
Yeah.
So you got a guy who's been through it, who started out on the other side of it, because
Mm-hmm.
when he initially was recruited by Michigan State, it wasn't an NIL situation. Then he eventually got into it and used it to go to Auburn.
Yeah.
So you got a guy saying it's minor league football, and anyone who thinks anything differently is fooling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. And the only way it changes is when you get to a point where you collectively bargain. And that's, the colleges are pushing back on that so much because once they collectively bargain, that 21% that they're sharing as far as media rights revenue goes to like 49, just like the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're talking about significant cash then.
Well, yeah, and you've explained it pretty well that universities are scared to death of that. But at the same time,
to death.
Okay, but at the same time, let's at least break this down, not get too in the quicksand here. But it's a number of universities that the funding and everything that they have pays for a lot of things. It's entirely different in that respect from NFL teams that are running operations where they're making billions. This is a different animal, and so
not that much different.
Well, it is.
I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, but that's the way at least I
every
view it.
athletic department. This is how they're getting their quote unquote salary pool to pay players beginning July 1. Okay. They have 8 categories within their athletic department of where they're pulling money from.
Okay.
Just 8. There's so many different ways where they earn money, okay? And among those 8 categories are ticket sales, media rights revenue, things like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Texas athletic department made $331 million last year, okay?
Okay.
Now, their percentage of what they have to give to that pool is different than, say, Indiana's percentage, because Indiana made $100 million.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing Indiana's number out there. It's close, I think. So what you're doing is the 70 major schools, the 70 power schools, including Notre Dame and Washington State and Oregon State last year.
Right.
Because they're still technically through the end of this fiscal year, okay?
Okay.
Those 70 schools, if you take their pool money that they had to put into that big pool that all the players are going to get paid from, those 8 categories, again, it's not the entire budget.
Okay.
Those 70 schools, it's $7.8 billion. Okay? So that's how they're paying players.
Yeah.
Just those 8 categories is $7.8 billion from those 70 schools.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you hear these guys start to complain about the quote-unquote unsustainable stuff, you know why it's unsustainable? I'm going to tell you why it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable because you're paying coaches to not coach. It's unsustainable because you're paying multi-million-dollar contracts to general managers, and athletic departments and coaches should be doing that job.
Mm-hmm.
It's unsustainable because you're in a facilities arms race just because it's got to be nice, because what if it's not nice? Then Little Joe Cowart at St. Joe's not going to want to come play for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's unsustainable because Kirby Smart's taking a helicopter to a high school football game to recruit a 17-year-old and 18-year-old kid.
Look, that's the bells and whistles that we've always loved.
Right, but my point is you can't sit there and say this is going to be unsustainable when you're throwing money at everything.
Well, no. I don't even want to argue whether it's sustainable or not, because it probably is. They're going to keep coming up with cash. When we talk about universities crying for money, they probably do have huge endowments and have made a hell of a lot of money over the years. But at the same time, just the financials of it, okay, just the financials of running it is totally separate than what we're seeing in the National Football League. That's my only point.
But my point is it's a lot closer than you think. So those numbers that I got are not just me making those up. Those are from an NCAA financial expert who testifies for the NCAA every time they get sued, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he, in this House settlement case, which this is all about, he gave those numbers.
Right.
He said the projected revenue will be $7.8 billion in fiscal year 25. Hang on, 25, 26.
That's $111 million per school.
That's you're looking at the wrong. But just hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second, okay? By the end, so by 2030, 2031, it's projected to be $10.5 billion.
Okay.
$10.5 billion.
All
just
right.
from
So
those,
it's
again,
climbing. Yeah.
just from those 8 categories.
Mhm.
All right? So the money is there. My whole thing is the money is there. You don't have a revenue problem. You have a budget problem. You have a you don't know what you're doing or where you're spending the money. You're just throwing it at people or throwing it at things.
You're trying to say the Doge is coming in. Try and clean this bad boy up.
I'm not saying Doge is coming in. All I'm saying is, man, if you it's so much more than it's unsustainable.
Yeah, but at the same time, they have now put the $21 million or $20 million, whatever number they're at, and they're going to make sure the players are going to get paid. This will not be the first or last time you hear people who are handing out cash that they've never handed out before complaining. Okay,
of course, and it's not. But again, it's not just football players. It's all student athletes,
and it's
all.
and this is where I jump in on that part. It's the non-revenue producing sports that will kill the budget or eat up a lot of the budget, and that's the challenge.
So most schools are looking at it like 75% of it is going to go, or 65 to 75% is going to football.
Mm-hmm.
I know the 20 is going to basketball, and then 5% is going to the rest of the sports.
Okay.
And that's kind of how they're going to do it. And the NCAA is looking at it like, all right, well, we have to make more money, so we're going to expand the NCAA tournament.
Right.
We're going to expand the College World Series. We're going to expand the College Football Playoff, because more games means TV gets more content, which means they pay for more.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So it is literally everybody is feeding the goat, and everybody's eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's complaining that something's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, like we said, the ones that are complaining are the ones that are handing out more cash than they ever have. And they don't like that. That part I will 100% agree with you. But don't you get on Kirby with a helicopter coming into Duval.
I actually think it's a smart idea.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you can't take a helicopter into a high school football game and start crying about money and start crying about being unsustainable, because believe me, Kirby's one of those guys who's at the front of the pack when he starts talking about it's unsustainable right now.
Well, I know the thing that's unsustainable to most of them is player movement. It drives them crazy.
Yes, that's the big thing for them.
That is the problem with them, that's for sure. All right, we are hanging out Palm Valley Village. It's right behind 9 Green. If you are out and about, I see a lot of people walking around with their AirPods on, which is cool. You may be listening to us. You may be listening to some of that play-by-play action, whatever it might be, but drop on by and check it out. I need to look at JJ. I need to look at some of these leaderboards in these conference tournaments. Did Duke end up taking care of business against Georgia Tech?
I can't imagine they didn't.
Yeah,
I haven't seen, but I mean,
all right. So we'll
that would be a major story, and I haven't seen it on social media anyway.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
78-70 Duke.
Okay, all right. So
Cooper Flagg had to go to the locker room. He's got a bum ankle.
Oh,
awkward landing. They're saying, Joe.
Okay, all right. That may affect their odds going into the tournament.
Maybe.
Yeah. They'll probably lose the next game, rule them out, just so they can get out of the conference tournament and start getting ready for the real March Madness. All right, it's XL Primetime, hanging out. You guys jump in, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We were talking with Payton Thorne, so we're talking about the college football world that he came through, so you guys can jump in on that. But then let's also get to the free agents that we're talking earlier today with your Jacksonville Jaguars, including the bigger signing, and then also James Gladstone. I think he's probably coming to the podium right about now at the Mecca.
The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
Players Championship action continues in Ponte Vedra. We're here at 1010XL to give you all the latest. RJ Saunders here with you. This update brought to you by Renewal by Anderson and Heroes Lawn Care. Lucas Glover shot a 66 in his first round, good for the top spot to sit all his own at the Players with a -6. Now, there are some notable names who are struggling right now in the beginning stages of the Players. Names include Victor Hovland, who has a +8 on his scorecard. Max Homa is a +7 in Ponte Vedra. Tony Finau looking for a bit of magic, but he'll have his work cut out for him as he has a +4 score in the tournament. Hideki Matsuyama is a +2 as he finished his round. Justin Rose at a +1 through 4 holes. Xander Schauffele looking strong to open his round as he's -2 through 3 holes. Scotty Scheffler gets things underway as he looks for a three-peat at TPC Sawgrass. He is currently tied for 25th at -1 through 3 holes. He joins Rory McIlroy, who shares the same score. We'll have another update for you in 20 minutes from the Players Championship. I'm RJ Saunders.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
Trying to figure pricing at most AC companies is like listening to an auctioneer.
Who wants an AC tune-up? Do I hear $3.99? How about $2.99? No, let's drop it. $79? Do we have a deal? Going once, going twice? Sold!
Not at Duck Duck Air Conditioning. We make it easy. We're offering a free AC inspection. No gimmicks, no fine print, just a completely free checkup from our highly trained techs to make sure your AC is ready for summer. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, because free is better than bidding. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Hi, it's Rick Ballou. I hope you'll join me and some former NFL players for an incredible event at the end of March, the Lone Warrior Foundation 2025 Champions of Hope Charity Golf and Tennis Challenge. March 31st at Marsh Landing will support single-parent families in their fight against cancer. An opportunity to win sensational prizes, but more importantly, we will bring meaningful hope and support to the lives of families affected. To sign up, go to LoneWarriorFoundation.com. That's LoneWarriorFoundation.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 13, 2022, after a 40-day retirement, record-breaking quarterback Tom Brady announces he will play at least one more NFL season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Nikki Sema. My dad started in business when I was just 4 years old, and now we're 35 years and 20,000 satisfied customers in, and literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you're looking to revitalize your home with new flooring or need more outdoor living space with a glass or screen enclosure, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites and don't forget to stop by our showrooms during our open house and cookout this Saturday from 10 to 3. Come see affordable luxury, experience the Lifetime difference, and receive additional open house discounts.
Do you know someone looking for a fun and rewarding summer job? Join the YMCA team, gain valuable experience, and make a difference in kids' lives. Turn your passion for this community into a fulfilling career at the First Coast YMCA. Now hiring camp counselors, lifeguards, child care leaders, and membership experience team. Every single person on the dedicated YMCA staff plays a role in making the Y a welcoming and vital resource for our community. Find your career at the Y at fcymca.org.
Equal opportunity employer.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, we're looking good over here with beautiful weather. The forecast is great for the next 2 or 3 days, and I just want to talk about one guy that I just saw that's looking better and better. My man, Super. Okay, he could be accused of being a superintendent. You can figure it out, but Super did the Awaken 180.
Yeah.
He comes walking up here. He looks like
he's lost half a man.
Yes. And he said he lost 60 already. So round of applause for Super for Awaken 180's success, which is just awesome. I do love that. So he's out here. Everyone's having a good time. I see my man Donnie Nick coming up here from TacoLu. Oh, look at him. Yeah, he never does.
Never comes.
He never does.
Never comes
now,
empty-handed.
For the YouTube audience, Donnie, just come around here and just wave at him and say, hey, but listen, man, you're the dude. You got to say hello and yeah, and at least kind of give me an idea. This is a former JU golfer, by the way.
Right there, bro. You're right there.
Yeah. Former JU golfer, by the way. He's got to give us at least a little bit of an idea of who you like on this
with
leaderboard.
a Mox hat on, no less, too.
Yeah. Taco's on 12.
Southern Conference guy. I was to see Furman beat him the other day, but they did.
All right, so who do you like? Were you blown away by Lucas Glover jumping to the top of the leaderboard early this morning?
You know, I don't think anybody can be super surprised about that. The guy's money.
He is. Here's the classic story. Okay, we're doing our picks yesterday, and we're playing for lunch. And who knows, we may have to go to TacoLu and pick it up. But we're playing for lunch, and so it's Big Searcy. It's JJ back in JJville. He's running the show right now. Maddie and me. And out of the blue, Leon picks Lucas Glover as his wild card pick.
Did he really?
And lo and behold, the cat is 6 under after one round.
That's Jedi Knight move right there.
But this golf course, you've played collegiately, so you know how tough it can be.
Yeah,
and I watched a couple guys come through 9, and if you don't put it in the right spot, I'll give you a great example, and you can appreciate this. Ludwig Oberg, JJ, he's your and my pick. He sails his second shot into the scoreboard on the left side of the green. It looks like he's in jail.
On 9?
Yeah, on 9.
Oh, wow.
Pops off the scoreboard, lands up on the hill in the rough. He's, at least 10, 15 yards from the green. Goes over there, knocks it on the green, rolls through the green, just sits on the edge, makes the putt for birdie.
Of course.
And it's like,
these guys are good. That's why they say
right,
about it for sure.
Right. It's insane. All right, tell everybody how busy you guys, Tacos on 12. What's going on over there?
It's every day gets busier and busier.
Oh, you better believe it.
And with this weather, we can't, this is the way it's got to be for us and for all of you and for the players and everything. This is so perfect out here right now.
Right.
I think last year we said was not our best year, but the best year we've ever been. I mean, we've been here for 12 years now, as you know.
Yeah.
And the weather and the temperature and everything was perfect last year. So it looks like it's a repeat this year. Which is great.
All right. So dignitaries that you've seen roll through the Lou this week.
Well, it's early.
Okay, exactly.
Here's the best thing that happened yesterday. Mark Urbanik, Finau's caddy, who I know from being here, calls me and says, hey, I'm coming tonight with 4 loopers.
Yeah.
I said, great. Lupus. And then as I'm driving to the restaurant, I get this video that JJ, Colin Morcal's caddy, aces 17.
It was unreal.
So he's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I saw him on 13T or whatever. He's like, hey, we're coming for dinner tonight. And I would have lost a bet that he was going to show up. Because, you ace a hole.
It was incredible.
Your night is you're done, right?
Yeah.
But I realized later, especially after he showed up, he had to work for the rest of the day. He still had to be with Colin, and they worked. I saw him on TV. They were working on the range and all that kind of stuff. So he shows up. I put a bottle of tequila in the middle of the table, and I gave everybody shot glasses.
Nice.
And I said, it's time to celebrate. And they're like, of course, they're like,
man.
the flag's up today. So they're like, we got to work. But it was fun. We had a good time last night. And so, I get a lot of caddies this time of week. And
they love
players, they lock themselves down for the.
Yeah. That's probably true.
And, Saturday, we could get guys who missed the cut. We coming in looking for it. Yeah.
I saw Justin Thomas walk off a 9. He might have been walking straight to Beach Boulevard, because I believe he was 7 over at that point.
Was he really?
Oh yeah, it was not good. It was not a good situation. All right, so I know you got some.
I'm looking at your phone like I want to answer, but did you see Jordan Spieth's front nine today? Was incredible. He had 2 pars. He shot 2 under, 2 eagles, 2 birdies. I mean, it's just unreal.
Then he comes up 9, and he's in the rough under the trees to the left, and he hits him a nice little shot under the limbs onto the green, and I'll have to post it, but it just starts to slide off the edge. Yeah. And left it right at the doorstep. Just missed the birdie putt.
I don't have I get to watch some golf in the morning, and then about lunchtime I'm buried. There's no way I don't get to pay attention anymore. So it's just slowed down right now enough for me to come over here and bring some banging shrimp and some Deb's Verde, and I got a couple Baja fish too with it.
I didn't realize there's only 2 people, so
Yeah.
you guys are going to be eating for days.
Yeah, you're the man.
Right.
We love you. We appreciate it, Donnie.
Sure.
And no question that anyone wants to drop on by there. If they're stuck in traffic, that's a good place to be.
Right, you better believe
Because Matt was on A1A for how long?
I left my house at 11, got here about 1:35.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there was also there was a couple accidents, like literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one where the fire department was literally going trying to go right down the middle of the 2 lanes
Yeah.
on A1A, and that's just not.
Not a good time to
No
not a good time to be in a wreck. Get off your phones, people.
Nope.
All right, brother man. Thank you as
Sure thing.
always.
Good to see you
Thank you,
guys.
Don.
Yeah,
Good to see you, man.
as always. And I saw them at the J Fund, so they're doing great things. That's for sure, as always. Oh, yeah. Banging. Yes, sir. I
Giddy
love
up.
it. And so, you know I'm going to have the hot sauce. Tacos on 12. We appreciate it. And it was so funny because the sales staff came out earlier, and they went to one of the other areas, and it's just cool when they're able to go check everything out. And they asked us, Kim Brady, very nice, said, hey, can I bring you guys anything? And I said, well, we got Lou coming. We're good to go. But we're having a great time. And like I said, the leaderboard, the fact that Leon was able to pull Lucas Glover kind of, just out of the blue. Now, he also did pick Hideki Matsuyama, and I want to say he's pretty sure he's still 3 over par. And finished up at 9. A few other ones that I had my eye on. Sepp Straka, one of your choices, I think.
Yep.
Is sitting at 2 under par. Jordan did finish up at 2 under. You were talking about taking Will Zalatoris. You did not.
Right.
He's at 2 under. And there are a few other guys that definitely can move up the leaderboard and make some noise. Don't look now, but through 4 holes, defending back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler is 2 under through his first 4 holes. So we'll see.
Who I have by default because Coach had more color.
Like we said, you were taking a bullet for the team on that one. But there's a bunch of other guys that are at 2 under. The Golfing Jesus, Tommy Fleetwood, is always on the leaderboard on day one.
Day one, always.
And so he's sitting at 2 under par. And there are a few other guys that definitely you can keep your eye on in red figures. We'll see how they go. But I tell you what, I saw some big numbers from some other guys that were out there that just kind of shocked me. Especially, like I said, Justin Thomas has won on this golf course before, and he was way over par. Brian Harmon, see if I can find him. He was one of the guys that some people were recommending that we might put some cash down on. Oh, here, Tony Finau, 4 over. 4 over.
And Dave took him, and I didn't because Dave took him.
I thought you did take Finau.
No, Dave had him, so I had to take someone else.
Well, no, you did not. I have to look at it. JJ's got the recordings of all this stuff. He took pictures. He sent it to the group text.
All right, maybe
Dave has Finau.
Yeah. Because he was number 26 in the world. You had to pick a player outside of the top 25. You took him, and he's 4 over.
Dave has Finau.
Yeah. But we could double up. Remember? Both of you guys doubled up, and then you changed one
Matt
of yours.
has I changed all of mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I changed all mine.
Oh, okay. Akshay you took.
See,
okay.
This is why I don't believe you with the picks.
Listen,
This is why I don't believe you during football season.
I keep good records. They're meticulously combed over every single week. Just because you weren't just last, you were DAL. Okay, you were way back there. Matty Fitzpatrick, I'm glad I didn't put any money on him. He's 6 over right now. Thomas Dietrich, another guy that I was thinking about putting some cash on, 7 over right now. Thankfully, I went with the Irishman instead of the Belgian. And so Dietrich, 7 over. Shane Lowry, I want to say, was right at even or 1 over par. He was one of my picks from outside the top 25. So we'll see how it goes. But right now, the conditions, has there been a little bit of wind out there? You can see these palm trees. There's been a little bit of wind. And as long as we get a little bit of a kick off the Atlantic Ocean, it's going to make these pins tough to get to, maybe make these players think a little bit longer, shot to shot. And that's what, you've heard Craig Perks say it and some of the other guys that we talked about. That mind game that takes place, it is tough.
There's also some good heat out here, believe it or not, too.
Mm-hmm.
You get on that course, it's a lot hotter than you think it is. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and let that sun beat down on you a little bit and see what's going on. All right, so there are a few other guys that at least went out and had success today. Wyndham Clark was in red figures, but he fell back to even par. Russell Hindley, who won last week, went back to even par. So I'm watching Maverick McNeely. He holed out from the greenside bunker at the par 5 ninth. Nice little shot to get back to even par. So it was good. All right, so I don't know whether we have the sound from one of the guys that the Jaguars signed, but he is kind of the prized free agent, Jordan Lewis, who's going to come in, and it's expected that he's going to take over that nickel job and be the man. He comes over from Dallas. We had his defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer on with us a couple days ago when Coach Campbell was with us, and he raved about him. And he basically just said that this guy will bring leadership, intensity, and so on and so forth. Well, I really fell in love with this guy when he did one thing on X. So let's make this the 10-10 take, JJ, if you don't mind.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since 68.
So if you can win over Duval, you do it early, and that's what Jordan Lewis did, at least as far as I'm concerned. He found an old video of John Henderson in the big slap before the game.
Right.
And he posted it. And he said, now I get it. And basically, I'm paraphrasing what he said on X. But he found it and posted it, and all of Duval loves him even more now because he said, you know what? I want some of that. Come in here, show that intensity, and have a big time, because I thought it was pretty awesome that he did that. That's the 10-10 take. I don't know whether or not he's going to be a good player, a great player, a lockdown nickel position guy. I have no clue, but I definitely appreciated that from him.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, whether he ends up being a good player or a guy, he gets it.
Yeah.
He gets the vibe here, which is important. I mean, he's got the fan base with him now.
And we don't know what this defense is going to look like. We don't know how much man versus zone they're going to play, but we do know that they're going to be in nickel or out of base a lot more, it seems, every single year, that you're plus 50% relying on a nickel to be out there and make plays. It's an integral position.
A nickel has become just as important as the perimeter corners.
Yeah,
it honestly has.
Yeah,
and to some extent, even more important because when you're in that, I keep saying this over and over. It's a 3rd and 5 league.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 3rd and 5 league, and the nickel is where you're going in 3rd and 5.
Yeah,
a lot of the time. So it's a critical spot. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and it comes down to that guy making plays, winning on those important downs. And then as we get to the subject real quick of Cooper Kupp before we head to the top of the hour, that's a guy that was winning those 3rd and 5s from the slot quite often, and obviously caught a ton of balls from different spots in that Rams offense. Haven't heard as much today about whether there's any real fire for the Jags brass to maybe go after him and try and bring him in. But we got to keep an eye on that bad boy, because there's going to be, I would think, plenty of suitors that are going to be looking to lock up Cooper Kupp with maybe an incentive-laden deal like we suggested yesterday. But there's going to be plenty of people picking up the phone calling his agent.
Yeah, I mean, my guess would be is if they haven't signed him yet, I don't think they're going to sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want him and he's available, you're going to sign him.
Well, I guess I'm of the mindset.
I mean, unless he's talking to other people, and he told them I'm going to go take some trips and talk to people and see what it is, which could be possible too.
Yeah, and look, I don't care who we're talking about. If it depends on the situation that he is going to step into, who might make the most sense to him, who's quarterbacking. Well, we got Trevor here, so that would be appealing to him, I would think. But then the dollars are also going to make a heck of a lot of sense.
I mean, he's also in year 9. Mm-hmm. He also probably doesn't want to be part of a rebuild.
Yeah.
You know? He probably wants to try and take another new run out of ring.
Yeah.
That's another thing going against the Jags.
And you can take it for what it's worth on X, because everything looks like gospel, but could just be fake news. But one of the X posts, Cooper Kupp has interest from Vikings, Packers, Seahawks, Jaguars. And we'll see whether or not that's in real play, and if it will happen in a short amount of time.
I mean, contender, rebuilder.
Right. No, very true. Very true. You got to find, but familiarity.
Yeah, of course.
And the actual contract that it'll be. All right, you guys jump in on that 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It is XL Primetime hanging out here in the beautiful Palm Valley Village, which is right behind 9 Green. I see one of our 1010 XLers got him a cold one. Okay, he's got him a cold one.
2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Double fisting.
If you can 2-fist it, if you're going to get in line and you're going to order one, you might as well make it 2.
Yeah,
okay.
well.
Let me just tell you something. Cheers for the beers. Okay. It's XL Primetime.
The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
We continue at the Players Championship in Ponte Vedra. RJ Saunders here with you. This update brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting and TopDressing.com. Scotty Scheffler, last year's winner, getting things underway as he looks at three-peat at TPC Sawgrass. Currently at a -1 through 3 holes, he joins Rory McIlroy, who has the same score. Will Zalatoris, not so far behind in the early stages of the player. He sits at -3 -2 through his first round. That puts him in a traffic jam with Jordan Spieth, who is also at -2. There are many in that 12th spot in Ponte Vedra. Speaking of Jordan Spieth, a special note when it comes to him in his first round at the Players. He is the 7th player since 1983 to eagle at number 11 and 16 during the same round at the Players Championship. He is the first since Xander Schauffele to do it in 2023 during his round 4 in Ponte Vedra. Lucas Glover currently holding the top spot, all his own at the Players, sitting at a -6. Making his 106th career tour start and 3rd start at the Players Championship, Alex Smalley opens up with a bogey-free 4 under 68. The 2-time runner-up on the PGA Tour has never led after any round of the tour, currently tied with Steven Yeager and Aaron Rai for 2nd place. We will have your next Players Championship update in 20 minutes.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Get to know positions and players. The 1010XL Ultimate Draft Guide is brought to you by Blue Haven Pools, the #1 pool builder in Jacksonville. Follow rankings and roundtables as the draft takes shape. Go to 1010XL.com/2025 draft guide to get yours.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
ET here, and spring in Clay County means one thing: the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides in a concert, it's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats, explore family-friendly attractions, and enjoy a perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to stay, eat, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your fair adventures with #ExploreClay.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 50% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound and Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. Are you tired of wrestling with your old shower curtain? Then say goodbye to the curtain chaos and hello to a new frameless shower enclosure. Wago Glass is clear, classy, and won't stick to you like a toddler at bedtime. Plus, it makes your bathroom look bigger and brighter. Upgrade your shower experience and step into style. Call me at Baker Glass and get ready to love your new glass shower enclosure. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Well, the 3 o'clock hour is here, and you might say this is kind of the crack of dawn for the afternoon fans that are going to be coming out here, okay? They want to get here at the crack of 3 and make sure they watch these guys that are finishing up. You're talking about some marquee groupings, feature groupings that are out on the golf course now that will have made the turn. This is probably right around, I don't even have the tee times in front of me.
Plus, let's be honest, it's day drinking time, too.
Oh, of course, of course. Look,
it's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny, like we said, the fact that there's a Palm Valley Village bar right close to us. They may have identified, location. It's everything. One of our 1010XLers, Rick, he went right up there and he got him a couple of cold ones. He two-fisted it, smart as he is. But anywhere you're
and
at.
North Florida, a little nod to North Florida
Oh,
sales.
yeah. Well, listen, the original NFG, making sure those are cold when they come here. Good Ultra, they love it. And up on the deck and everywhere else. That's for sure. I'm hoping I will see the original NFG out here. I'm not sure, but I'd love. He was at least trying to make plans to be out here one of these 2 days. Friday, of course, is kind of that calendar day for a lot of people.
Right.
And no matter how many times they see it and go, you know what, it's too packed, I need to come another day, they still come on Friday. They can't stand it. They got to be here.
It's an event, man. It's an event.
Yeah, we were looking at leaderboard a little bit, and so we'll get back to it coming up in just a second. But I want to play a couple of things here real quick. Since we were talking about the Jags, talking about the idea of whether or not a Cooper Kupp would be in play. And when you say in play, you say, is Cooper Kupp interested in coming here? And in play, is this team willing to pay that freight to get him here? One of our texters said Trevor is not appealing to a 9-year vet trying to win. Maybe, maybe not. But if we mention the other teams that were up there, who are the Vikings got? Who do the Seahawks have? You start thinking about the other teams that are being mentioned right now.
I mean, they
in play.
They certainly have a better framework.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the Vikings and the Seahawks.
But who's quarterbacking the Seahawks?
Geno Smith?
No, he's dealt. Gone. Yeah, he ain't there.
Where's Geno now?
He went to Vegas with Pete Carroll.
Oh, that's right.
Okay? And
that's right. I forgot
and
about
J.J.
that.
McCarthy had more than one meniscus procedures, okay? And so we don't know exactly what's happening there. Sammy Darnold, at the very least, you're expecting him to go up to Seattle, so you'll find out what's going to happen there. But the Packers, certainly some appeal. 100%, I can get that. But let's get back to the Trevor side of this with the texter saying he's not appealing. So here's Dan Orlovsky. He was on the Pat McAfee show and basically just kind of gives his 1-minute thought on where the Jaguars are based on what they've done, and he puts the pressure, at least a little pressure, on 16.
I like what Jacksonville has done. Go back to the addition of, Liam Cohen and bringing him and what he has done immediately for Baker Mayfield or did for Baker Mayfield. This is, Brian Thomas Jr. is absolutely fantastic. We've talked about it. America probably didn't get the opportunity to see him a ton. He's a superstar in the making at the wide receiver position. Gabe Davis is there. So I like a lot of what Jacksonville has done. It's time for Trevor to take a big leap. It really is. Like, you're too talented of a player. I know it maybe hasn't been the most ideal situation for you at the start of your NFL career. And there was a moment with Doug Peterson where it was trending that way and it didn't. It's time to take the jump. There's all the pieces in place for you to become what you were expected to become at that number 1 pick.
That's it. That is it.
I don't know that all the pieces are in place.
Well,
I love Dano, and Dano loves Trevor.
Yeah.
But I don't know that all the pieces are in place, and I think that's the problem.
Well, yeah, okay. Up until this point, from the time that Trevor has been on Duval's soil, it's not been an ideal situation. But it also went from kind of a disastrous 2021, I think we would all agree on that, to an unbelievable story and finish in 2022. And then a lot of things went south, including his play in 2023. And so
100%.
There was good.
He's partly to blame. 100%.
Yeah. There was good, not great, and not everything you need, of course. But it's like we always argue about. Joey Burrow had a great situation. He's had similar things that Trevor's had to deal with. A bad line, a bad defense. Cincinnati said goodbye to Joe Mixon this year, and he was getting sacked left and right, Burrow was, and he still was making plays. And so there's not a lot of oases out there for all these quarterbacks. And now you got to look around and go, you know what? I gotta be better. I got to make everybody else around me better, and ultimately figure out a way to get this job done. It is year 5.
Of course it is. And it's, I just feel like it's, and believe me, I've been the guy saying all along, I feel like I'm the only guy on this program that's been saying it. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in this league. Mm-hmm. But at some point, it's got to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if it's year 5 and it doesn't happen this year, even though it's a rebuild, if you don't see significant improvement by him in the way he, and not only the way he plays, but the way he leads that team, the way he throws on time, his accuracy. If you don't see significant improvement in those categories, his average yards per attempt, you've got to start to wonder if you blew the pick.
Right. Yeah.
And there's no other way to look at it, actually. You're then 5 years in at that point. And I know he's had 3 different coaches, and I know it's been a mess here. But at the very least, if you're 5 years in, you can look at him and say, all right, that dude's a good quarterback. He's just got to get pieces around him.
Right.
And you believe me, you can't turn the ball over 68 times in 60 games. I don't care how bad the people are around you.
Right. Yeah. And that's the number one goal, I would think, for Trevor first and foremost, but then also for Liam Cohen and the offensive brain trust to say, you know what, we got to put him in better situations. We got to coach him better. We got to demand more out of him. He's got to be better. All these things have to happen. But that run game is going to be super, super important for Trevor Lawrence to get to a point where all of a sudden he's seeing things slow down a little bit because he actually now has a ground game that defenses have to respect. I'm hoping for that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I don't look. I see these free agent additions, and I'm not seeing. Okay, yeah. Suddenly now the interior of that middle 3, I think they're going to be able to run the ball now.
Mm-hmm.
You got guys that were benched. You got guys that were just guys, NFL guys, and I don't think you need an NFL guy in that middle 3. You need some mean dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some mean dudes who play with attitude.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah.
But I look at those 3 guys they added and
well, they're not done. Let's not forget that. Okay. We 100% cannot forget that.
Hopefully.
I always like to point out the NFL draft is not just one round; it's multiple rounds. Everyone forgets that. And then free agency, what you do there or what you didn't get done there, you're hoping to get done in the draft. So that's what you got to find out. And at the very least, they didn't overspend on too many things. They certainly They had to throw some money at the nickel guy, and they said, Jordan Lewis, come on over here. We think we like what you represent, and we'll see.
I'll tell you something else too, and this, if you're looking for some kind of hope about the offensive line, I mean, at some point you got to look at who coached those guys the last few years too, because Javon Foster's a pretty good player at Missouri, like one of the best offensive linemen in the SEC. You don't go from one of the best offensive linemen in the SEC to a guy who doesn't even get on the field in the NFL.
Yeah, he was a scratch,
especially considering the limited amount of talent they had in the middle three.
Yeah, he was a scratch every.
So I think at some point you got to say, all right, was Phil Rauscher? Did they get an upgrade now?
Yeah. All right, but here's the other part of it, and both things can be true. What you're saying can be true, but let's not forget they went from George Warhop to Paul Rauscher. Phil, is it Paul or Phil? Whatever it is. They went from Warhop to Rauscher. I'm like, wait a minute, who is it? They went through, and both of them got killed for not getting the job done as offensive line coaches, and so Rauscher got a lot of credit for what happened in 22, and then they just devolved back in 23 and beyond. They've not been the same. But Foster, if he is good enough or should have been good enough, he would have been looked at to step in immediately and compete at one of those guard spots. This year, maybe that does happen. Maybe you get to see him do what Brenton Strange was starting to do in his second year and Tank was doing in his second year.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because even though SEC good is pretty good, it's no guarantee that they can come in and win these jobs and dominate against some real hosses.
I feel like, and I have this bad feeling that those three they got in free agency are going to be like, okay, we fixed it. And the first two or three rounds is going to be receiver, corner, edge. And you're going to wait till the fourth round to get an offensive lineman. I just have a bad feeling about that.
Yeah, well, you always have a bad feeling.
I do.
Yeah, I know that, which is what you're supposed to do.
I'm not waving pom-poms, okay?
It's what you're
I will
supposed to
not
do.
wave pom-poms. Somebody has to be on the other side of it, okay?
Like I said, why do you think I got to be so positive, okay?
All right.
But at the same time, I just don't think they're done with it. And they still didn't address what I'm most concerned about, and it's the interior defensive line. They didn't do enough there, but they did get guys.
They also need a perimeter corner badly.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah. And they're going to be looking, first three rounds are going to be crucial.
They also need another receiver
for this
badly.
football team. All right, so Demetrius Harvey pulled a little bit of sound from Jordan Lewis, and we want to give him credit because they had the free agents that were in there earlier and talking about what they feel like they can bring to this football team. And so anyway, here's Demetrius. Thanks to him from the Florida Times Union. We borrowed this off of his X time.
I talked to Jarian a lot. We trained together in Dallas, and he told me even before I signed, before he knew I was going to be his teammate, he was like, I don't have a vet. I haven't had a vet, so I was just. And then when I signed, he was just like, man, I'm willing to do whatever to be successful, man. Go out there and have my best years. So he's ready there. He's hungry. He's accepting, my, I felt whatever, type of tutelage that I have for him. He accepts it. He's listening. You can tell that he's actively listening, and he's hungry for it. So I'm pretty sure, like him, the rest of the guys are just like that. And I'm excited to just give any knowledge that I can for those guys to be better football players and better men. So that's a role that I'm fully capable of, and I'm ready to accept that responsibility.
That's what you want. Again, all the right things are being said. You still got to see guys make plays. I'll follow that with one more from Mia, who was down at the introductory for the players that were signed, and then also James Gladstone talking just a little bit ago. And she posted this just a few minutes ago on X, and she said that she asked James Gladstone to evaluate D-line, edge rooms, and potential additions. His quote, if you add a veteran at this point, could just be standing in the way. We're going to allow these rookies a chance to get out on the field and help us this coming fall. Now, pair that up with what you were saying. One of the other quotes was from Gladstone. They identified
9 players in free agency and signed 9 players.
But did he say they identified the ones they signed? That's the classic question. You're never going to get that answer, okay? You could say the math is working, that you wanted 9 and you got the 9, but was it the 9 you got? I don't know. Look, some of these guys are marginal guys, but they also need to fill out the back end of the roster. So if they looked at him and said, look, price point is good, what he represents is good. Let's bring him in. We're not going to overspend on whoever the other guy is at that position. I don't know. But I'll never forget this. Dave Caldwell, Dave, we love you, man. Dave Caldwell said there were 4 guys in the draft that he identified and wanted.
Badly.
And he was able to get them all.
And that was Visca?
C.J. Henderson, Kayvon Chason, Laviska Shenault, and I'm drawing a blank on the next guy, but he said he got all 4. I'm trying to think of who the other guy was. I'll think of it in a minute. You guys,
he did say he would have picked Visca in the first round, too.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. There you go. All right, it's XL Primetime. We're just kind of at least talking about where this football team is right now. There's every reason to be excited with a regime change and all the newness that's down there at the bank right now, because what was there wasn't so hot. And so now you have to hope that these guys are going to figure it out. But you're still looking for some splash.
You know what? Again, maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's I've always been under the belief that when you get to the NFL, coaching isn't as critical as the college level. You're still growing, you're still understanding the game and learning the game at the college level. In the NFL, when you're there, when you're the elite of the elite, coaching is more about refining. Maybe it was more. Maybe it was more the last few years with Phil Rauscher, and that's why they were so poor on the offensive line. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just the players. But I look at these. I mean, look at Udoka. Are you telling me that these guys, Hainsey's going to make a difference?
No, I think
Macari's going to make a difference?
Yeah, I do actually think he's going to make a difference. I think, I think Macari's going to make a difference.
He had the 27th ranked run block win rate per ESPN. 27th in the league among guards.
Okay. All right, so here's what I've got. 95% pass block win rate, 18th among interior offensive linemen. 13% blown run block, 7th amongst left guards.
Blown run block, you said?
Yeah. Hey, listen, they got metrics for everything. But if he just he was
7th among guards in the NFL among blown run blocks.
Yeah, that means there was only 6 guys that blew
Had
less.
more.
Yeah, that blew less. No, make sure you get that right now. This is they're looking at percentage-wise how many times did you blow it. And he was 7th among guards.
Are you sure you're reading that the right way?
It's 13%. If it was 60%, then it would be.
I feel like Joe Pesci here, and my cousin video. Are you sure you're reading that the right way?
I'm just trying to give you the facts.
Right.
I don't even know what the facts are. I'm just trying to give you something that Griffiths put out there, which I appreciate. All right, it is XL Primetime. You guys let us know what you're thinking. 641-1010. Jimmy Gladstone's running the show right now, and we want to know what you think now that a few of these free agents have been introduced and getting ready to be part of Duval for 2025.
The Players' Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
The Players' Championship well underway in the first round. RJ Saunders here with you. This update brought to you by TacoLu with tacos on 12 and San Jose Collision. Minwoo Lee and Chandler Phillips have now joined that second place spot with -4s. They are still early in their rounds. However, there are a couple of notable names who are struggling right now in the beginning stages of the Players. That includes Victor Hovland, who had a +8 score on his card. Max Homa at +7. While in Ponte Vedra, Tony Finau looking for a bit of magic himself, but he's going to have his work cut out for him as he is at +4 in the tournament. Hideki Matsuyama at a +2 as he finishes his round. Justin Rose at a +1 through 4 holes currently at the player. Shane Lowry and Siwoo Kim are even after their first round. Your leader currently is Lucas Glover, shot a 66 in his first round, good for a -6 at the players. You also have Joe Highsmith and Robert McIntyre. They're tied for the 8th spot at 3 under. We will have your next Players Championship update in 20 minutes. I'm RJ Saunders.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Our exclusive Fibrex windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
Rev up the offseason with AA Automotive. Let's go. Big names, bold moves, and breaking news. That's a beautiful thing. Follow the free agency frenzy. Built by Superior Fence and Rail and Roland Reach Plumbing on 1010XL.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Picking here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bow 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, it's Adam from Counting Crows, and we were going to hire a typical Route Radio guy to tell you about the summer's Complete Suites tour, but I wanted to just invite you myself.
Guess I should.
Old songs, new songs. We'll be joined by our friends, the Gaslight Anthem. It's a summer butter miracle. Come and hang with us. Okay, your turn now.
Saturday, July 19th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at theamp.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We're being big time right now. Frank Francis is just moving us all around. We're trying to get in front of our YouTube audience, and he's just kind of moving
He just gave us like the side eye.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything, just the side eye, like, get the hell out of the way.
He had adoring fans coming up here earlier, taking pictures with him. I feel like I got to tell the story. I've got to tell the story.
Yeah, you do.
So this nice young woman comes walking up. Frank standing there. She's all excited, and she's got her husband right behind her, and all of a sudden she says to Frank, "You don't remember me, do you?"
No, first she says, Frank, Frangie, holding her arms out.
Yeah.
And she says, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I have 2 words right now.
Yeah.
Sheer terror. The look on Frank's face.
Oh, all right. There
And
it
I
is.
told her, the one thing you never say to a man, never, is, "You don't remember me, do you?"
It was a dead panic. It was a dead-ass panic. And I'm grinding. I'm thinking, dear God.
Help me, please.
Help me, please.
With the husband standing right behind
right.
her.
And he was 2 feet away. And I'm like, look, I got married late in life. Please don't, just please. Just,
I'm telling you right now, those help times are the worst times ever.
Oh, my God. And then finally she said, I'm just kidding. I don't know you. The weight of the world, the weight of the universe falls off your shoulders then.
And he was excited, too. He was loving it. So you've been out and about. You've been enjoying things.
Yes, I've been watching Scheffler. I saw him roll in about a 30-footer on 3 for birdie.
Because he was 2 under through his first 4, right?
Yeah, he was even going to 3.
Okay.
Birdied the next 2.
Okay.
But I saw the 30-foot birdie on 3, birdied 4, had a 7-footer for birdie on 5, and lipped it. Lipped it in and out. Lipped it in. So I followed him for the first 5 or 6 holes. So he was playing. Yeah, what a gorgeous day out here. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful day for golf.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I'm going to steal you. I'm going to leave and steal your food.
Yeah, eat some
TacoLu.
TacoLu.
Did y'all have your food already?
Yeah, eat some TacoLu.
If y'all have had some, I'm going to have some.
Yeah, jump right in there, man.
I mean, I was probably going to have it anyway, but I'm trying to be courteous.
Right. All right, do
Thank you,
it.
boys.
He was big timing us, and now he is still really big timing
Still
us.
big timing us.
So here's the classic, the husband and wife story yesterday, or actually Tuesday, military appreciation concert. We're up at the deck, and we're having a great time. Michelob Ultra.
You and TLD.
Yeah, me, TLD, and my bro. And we're up there, and we're having a good time. We're walking out, and I have 2 Ultras in my hand because we're heading to the military appreciation concert. Of
course.
And one of the guys, the volunteers, just looks at it, he just kind of pointed, kind of gestured to TLD, "Take one of those." And she said, "Oh, no, that's not mine, that's his." And he's saying, "No, just take one of those. You have to walk out with 1 each."
Oh, okay.
And she goes, "Oh, I get it." He goes, "Well, earlier I had a woman walk out with 4 beers. She had them cradled in her arms, and she was walking out with 4 beers." And he's like, "You can't do that, ma'am." She said, "Well, I have to. My husband's holding the baby." And so he's carrying the baby out, and his baby was making sure that he had 4 of those Ultras to go with him. So it was pretty funny.
It's an event. It's an event. There's no doubt about it, man.
All right. So on that note, it's funny. I'm going to go from beer to beer, but that's just what I do because I love them all. But how about a little ukulele, JJ, if you don't mind? Sounds so good. From the Atlantic to the Pacifico, enjoy a delicious Mexican lager anytime you're out and about. Even at TacoLu, you can order up a Pacifico because they definitely have cold ones right there on ice. Now, they were found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. Let's stay here at the Players because I like looking at the rich history of this particular championship and then also the great golfers. We mentioned that Scotty Scheffler, and Frank was just talking about the fact that he had rolled in a 30-footer and he could be on his way again because he came from, I believe, 5 or 6 shots down last year to win this tournament. So,
how about that choice for me yesterday, by the way, of Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was rock solid. A lot of analysis went into that. So he won back-to-back, okay, but he also won back-to-back weeks last year.
Yeah.
Okay. He won Bay Hill, drove up here, and won at TPC Sawgrass. Who was the last cat to do that? Not named Scotty Scheffler.
Tiger.
That's a good guess.
is the obvious guess, but clearly it's not, or you would have said bingo. So,
right. I would have said perfecto.
Golly. How sudden?
No, it's much more recent history because you're talking about guys that have not. I'm not talking about winning just those two. I'm talking about winning back-to-back weeks on tour,
right.
and it happened in 23. So it's not like it.
Oh,
we're not having to go way back.
Scotty
JJ, you got a guess?
Scotty Scheffler then. If happened in 23.
No, that's also pretty good. He did not. I don't believe he won Bay Hill. Actually, he might have won Bay Hill coming into Ponte Vedra consecutive years, but this guy won back-to-back events after that. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Scotty
confused because Scotty Scheffler won the 2023 Players Championship.
Right, I thought this was about the players.
No, that's what I keep saying. Back-to-back weeks. That's what I keep stressing. Okay, I look.
This is another one of those questions where I'm like, wait, what?
I look hard at Matt because
JJ didn't get it either.
Yeah,
back-to-back weeks.
Okay, the last person to win on back-to-back weeks, I'm going to say Tom Kim.
Okay, that's a good guess. But
all right, I'm going to say Vic Hovland.
I just want to repeat myself, Matt, okay? Because I said he won Bay Hill. He drove up here and won TPC Sawgrass back-to-back
You did
weeks.
say that, but I guess I assumed, and clearly JJ did as well, that meant this was part of the question, this specific tournament.
Yeah. Anyway, I set it up.
That's why when you said 2023, I was like, well, didn't Scotty win your 22? Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Scotty went back-to-back weeks. The reason I bring this one up, the last cat to do it before Scotty did it was the FedEx Cup champion, Victor Hovland, because he won the BMW Championship and the Tour Championship in consecutive weeks.
Right. So, when I finally understood what you said, I nailed it.
Yeah. No, you didn't. Now
I got it right, at least.
Speaking... I don't know how you got it right, but if you all right, I'm going to go hacker on you right now.
I did say Victor Hovland.
He did say Victor Hovland.
That I get, but we're talking way down the line.
Well, I also had to understand the question, too.
Okay.
So,
all right, so then you give him a perfecto then, JJ. I don't mind it. I'll allow it.
Perfecto! Thank you, JJ.
Thank you very much. Now, this also brings me to who picked Victor. JJ did.
I did. And so did Leon.
And
what is he, 6 over? What is he?
Unfortunately,
8.
he is DAL right now.
He may as well just keep walking.
That doesn't mean
get in his courtesy car and go, man.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's over, but it's not looking good. You're right. The courtesy car may be packed either late today or early tomorrow. But anyway, 8 over. Shot him a little 80.
By the way, golf expert Matt Hayes is destroying everyone.
He is because
he's got Sepp Straka, who's 2 under. He's got Scheffler, who I believe is 2 under, and obviously still on the course. A lot of golf to play. Mm-hmm. And then he has Beitia, who is tied for 8th right now at 3 under through 5.
I do like that.
A lefty. He hit like a really long putt, probably about 30 or 40 feet.
You see that, Frank? Golf expert.
Yeah. And Batia's won twice on tour, so it's not like he's this obscure dude. So you did your analysis, you did your homework.
I did.
And I felt so good about my Denny McCarthy pick earlier in the day because he had 2 birdies through his first 3 or 4 holes. We'll see if he can battle back here. I'm just looking to see if I can find him.
By the way, I got to give you guys something to watch this weekend during the tournament. Optum, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's on every single commercial break. And Rory is like the spokesman, and I guess it's like a health thing. He's just randomly like in the woods doing push-ups for no reason. It's super weird. You'll see it probably about 47 times this weekend.
In the woods?
Yeah, like doing push-ups as if like that's what you do to work out.
That's awesome.
It's very like Rocky IV vibes.
We need to shout out Jacksonville's own Bud Colley, who right now is among the top 5 on the leaderboard. Yeah, sharing second at 4 under par. So he went out and shot him a nice round today, which is pretty cool, and we'll see if he can hang on. He's a guy that had to come back from pretty significant auto injury a couple years back.
Yeah.
Been able to come back and at least battle well, making some cuts and stuff like that over the last couple of years. Denny McCarthy is 1 under par right now, so he's T29, one of my guys. Former Gator Ricky Castillo is also T29. He lives here in Jacksonville, Ponte Vedra Beach.
Right.
So, well, there you go. find out whether or not these guys can stay up on the leaderboard. All right, we're going to wrap our show up, get ready for the Frangie show. A couple more thoughts as far as what to be thinking about here, what to be thinking about with your free agent class, and what's next for your Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be coming up on XL Primetime.
The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
Many have finished their rounds in Ponte Vedra, but there are still some that are underway at the Players Championship. RJ Saunders here with you with your Players Update, brought to you by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling and Kuhn Flowers. Scotty Scheffler, last year's winner, getting things underway as he looks for the three-peat at TPC. Right now, currently tied for 15th at -2 through 7 holes. Tommy Fleetwood at -2 as well through 6 holes. Xander Schauffele looking to open his round strong as he's currently at a -1. Rory McIlroy and Colin Morikawa are even early in their rounds. Lucas Glover currently holding the top spot, sitting at a -6, shot of 66 in his first round. Making his 106th career tour start and the third at the Players Championship, Alex Smalley opened up with a bogey-free 4 under 68. He's a 2-time runner-up on the PGA Tour. Smalley has never led after any round on the tour. He's currently tied with names such as Steven Yeager and Aaron Rai for second place, looking to catch Lucas Glover atop of the leaderboard. We will have your next update in 20 minutes. I'm RJ Saunders.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Tax season is here, and your refund can go further at Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Put the extra cash to work by investing in your vehicle, whether it's overdue maintenance, brake repairs, or new tires. Their skilled technicians will help you get the most out of every dollar. With 5 Jacksonville locations, fair prices, and trusted service, Big Chief Tire has everything you need to hit the road with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, maybe even your kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 13, 2022, after a 40-day retirement, record-breaking quarterback Tom Brady announces he will play at least one more NFL season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Plumbing problem? AC not blowing cool? Septic tank backing up? No need to call 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. At Duck Duck Rooter, we do it all. Plumbing, septic, and air conditioning with expert technicians in each department. One company, one call, one easy bill. No hassle, no runaround, just fast professional service from highly skilled techs who know their stuff. Need help? Call 904-862-6769 today and let Duck Duck Rooter handle it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hacker here, and as most of you know, I'm now in Awaken 180's free maintenance support for life. 122 pounds gone, and that number on the scale hasn't crept up a pound. I didn't just choose Awaken 180 because of the weight loss. I chose Awaken 180 to keep the weight off. I wasn't going to put in the work, the highs, the achievements, just to watch it slip away after the program stopped. I wanted a solution, and boy, I sure found it. Awaken 180 is life-changing and life-altering. Over 120 pounds down in just 10 months. Now I'm in the maintenance program. I still get the coaching that I need. I still get the motivation that got me 120 pounds down, and I'm not gaining it back. If it's time for you to lose the weight like it was for me, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com. If I can do it, you can do it. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Do you know someone looking for a fun and rewarding summer job? Join the YMCA team, gain valuable experience, and make a difference in kids' lives. Turn your passion for this community into a fulfilling career at the First Coast YMCA. Now hiring camp counselors, lifeguards, child care leaders, and membership experience team. Every single person on the dedicated YMCA staff plays a role in making the Y a welcoming and vital resource for our community. Find your career at the Y at fcymca.org.
Equal opportunity employer.
Cannonball!
Someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, so my takeaway is just this tournament. This is I've said it so many times today. It's an event. It's awesome. This is like if you are a First Coast resident, from all the way up top, Amelia Island, all the way down to St. Johns County, come out here. This is what it's all about. This is next to an NFL game. There's not much more that can be better in this area than this event.
It just to follow that, and I've been saying this for a while as well, that if you just kind of boil it down, there are many other great cities that have so much to see. And you'd be crazy to say this one tops any of those other ones. But here in our own little backyard on the First Coast, and you'd have to dip down to Daytona, and I'm stretching the footprint a little bit here, but you have the Super Bowl of racing, the Daytona 500.
Right.
You have an NFL franchise. You have the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, and you have what people say is the 5th biggest tournament in the world. All those things happen right here within, 50, 70 miles?
And the Florida Man contest.
True.
Excellent
that
point.
Very true.
Excellent point.
Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Florida-Georgia game.
Yeah.
And I love that weekend.
Yeah.
But this is rare, man.
It is a week's worth, okay?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday to Sunday, and it's just you can get – and by the way, we mentioned this with Lee Smith yesterday. He kind of blew our mind when he said over 2,200 volunteers represents 66,000 hours of community service here, which is just still stunning when you think about it. But they come from far and wide, and once they come, they stay. And they are many of them giving up vacation time, or they're retired and they just want to have something that they can enjoy and do. But there are plenty of them that are not retired, that are still working and will take vacation to come work. And like we said yesterday, the UNF soccer team inside the fan shop all the kids are volunteering, the coaches are volunteering because they know they're going to get some charitable dollars coming back their way, which is just awesome. That's really the nuts and bolts of all this. And I just saw one of my old volunteer chair buddies, Timmy Tresca, who, by the way, is still crying over the Qs losing, although he said he felt some relief because now he doesn't have to worry about them anymore. The season mercifully came to an end. Syracuse is done, okay? And don't worry about it, you know? And so anyway, but Tresca, Curtis Hazel, Ronnie Nathers, and all these guys that were volunteer chairs in years past, they would set it up where they would get these clubs to come in, and we're going way back, not just when they were doing it, but way back. But anyway, Curtis, one of our good buddies, he would say, hey, find a club that needs some extra dollars.
Right.
Let's get them in the parking lot.
Right.
Let's get them helping.
Right.
And then once they started doing it, these fans started realizing how much fun it is to volunteer, and they come out here, and not occasionally, but you slowly move up from being in the parking lot to other areas where you're not baking in the sun, but you still got a nice donation for your club. And it could have been for a football team, a sports team, whatever it might have been. But there's just so many good people in this area, and we're not alone because you start looking at all these other tour stops. I can't remember exactly what they're called in Dallas, maybe the Salesmanship Club or whatever. But anyway, thousands of volunteers there and in Arizona and down in Orlando that have been bringing in buku bucks for a long time to help all the charities, which is great. It really is. All right, so let's just wrap ours up because we're going to say hello to Hayes coming up here in just a second. And you said you felt like if they didn't get Cooper Kupp by now, they're not going to get him. And I
might be wrong. I just felt like it's the perfect storm.
Right.
It's the coach who knows him. It's the GM who knows him. It's a team that's desperate for a wide receiver.
We could play. Gladstone was asked about it just about an hour ago.
Let's
and
play
this
that
was
real
his
quick.
answer.
I got a ton of respect for Cooper. He was actually in the first draft that I ever had the chance to be a part of. And throughout the course of his career in Los Angeles, he is one of the purest to form wide receivers, changed the dynamic for what's actually asked of those guys in modern football. And you know, I think at this point in time, it's fair to say in pro free agency, we're always open to every opportunity that presents itself, but time will truly tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look, I feel
Sounds
like
Cooper wants to talk to some other teams first.
Yeah, and I would think.
I mean, it's
why
reality.
wouldn't you?
It's the reality. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and he just posted a nice little message on X, you know, saying, you know, the next chapter, or however he finished it up, you know, it starts now, and so he's trying to figure out what his next step is, and obviously you're not going to jump at one opportunity. You're going to listen to all the opportunities.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about the number of years that he's been in the league, and you know the guy wants to make sure that wherever the situation is, that he can stick around and hopefully stay healthy and help somebody. That's for sure. And if we're down to the four teams we mentioned earlier, and we're just going off of what X says, but Vikings, Packers, Jags, what was the other team? The Seahawks. There's obviously one better opportunity with Jordan Love throwing you the football, but Jordan Love also kind of had a crappy end to the year too. Yeah. And so they second-guessed him a little bit after getting that big contract, the way things went down. But there has to be, I would think, a good quarterback situation, something he feels comfortable with. The money obviously has to be there and be right. And then whatever else he's looking for in terms of where he's going to forward his mail to. Sunny Florida, pretty good.
Yeah, I think if you're late in your career, which he clearly is, I mean, you're looking for one of two things. You're looking for money, and you're looking to try and get another ring.
Yeah.
And if you're at the point where the money's close to being equal, you've got a better chance to win with someone else, you'll go to the other person.
Sure, yeah. There's no question that they would. You're going to weigh all things of that. Actually trying to win, and he's already tasted it. You got to do that. That's for sure. Now, I know a winner when I see one. Okay, he just walked up.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
The embedded and shredded is a winner. Okay,
clearly
he's a winner, and he's here now.
It's something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's important, but.
Yeah. But hey, winning is important, pal.
Yeah.
Okay. There used to be a time.
No, I mean the stuff that I might win at.
All right, maybe not so much there.
There used to be a time around here when they said winning wasn't the most important thing.
I know.
It was the process.
That's right.
Which
we
is
don't want to put anxiety on the players. Oh,
still one of the nuttiest things I think I've ever heard.
I mean, it was probably good in theory.
Yeah.
You know, but that theory probably would have been applied better had there actually been some talent on the roster in 2013 and 14.
Here's the way I look at it. If Nick Saban said to his group, winning is not the most important thing, it's the process, because he won all the time, that'd be fine.
Correct.
But in the case of the Gus Bradley era, maybe not.
Poor Gus. Dealt a bad hand. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun being down there today at the stadium. It had been several weeks since been down there. I tell you, the construction's really picking up.
Yeah.
So they're really making some great strides.
You already have a room at the Four Seasons?
I do. 666. So yeah, it was fun being down there. Fun hearing from we heard from the players, several of the 9. It's tough because they're coming in, they're signing, and then basically flying back out. But yeah, it was fun.
Who'd you like? Who jumped out?
Well, Makari's size jumps out. Okay. Like he is built different than Sheriff. Certainly Ezra Cleveland.
Are you telling me they weren't in the weight room this past year?
I mean, he was impressive. Like just walking to the podium.
Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it with Makari?
Yeah, I think that was a good move.
Yeah,
and Robert Hainsey was really interesting. He obviously has the closest tie to Liam Cohen. So he was really interesting talking about how Liam, plays to players' strengths, that they really weren't going to be much of a gap team last year in the run game. And Liam sort of realized, well, I don't really want to do this, but it's what our guys do best.
Can do.
And it became their identity. And he was like, I give him a lot of credit for that. A lot of young coaches may not make that kind of adjustment, but it was something we did well. And even though it wasn't necessarily his plan, he was willing to adapt to that. So yeah, it was good. And then obviously James Gladstone talked. I didn't get a chance to stick around for that because I had to get out here.
Right.
But but good. I thought some good nuggets there from Gladstone. In terms of that offensive line, signing 3 guys, setting the standard, and obviously saying that look, obviously the draft could be an interesting position as well in terms of that offensive line, getting some some high level talent through the draft for that position as well. So it was good to hear that, and I thought it was interesting when he was asked. It might have been about Cooper Kupp. I can't remember. I think it was about maybe supplemental edge, and he was like, "Well, we do have a draft. We do have 10 picks, and I don't want to sign a veteran." And then almost block the path
we
for
read
a
that
rookie.
quote. Yeah.
So that was interesting as well. But yeah, good day. I mean, what a great day of sports. We've got the Jaguars, doing something at the stadium. We've obviously got the Players Championship. Unbelievable first round so far. And man, these college basketball tournaments are really starting to heat up.
So that's what you were saying, Matt.
Yeah, Ole Miss just went on a 3-pointer against Arkansas. That tournament is like a Sweet 16 game. Every one of those games,
without a doubt, it's a great, like Texas now plays Texas A&M, and if the Longhorns can upset the Aggies, they might move from the bubble to the right side of it. So we'll keep everybody abreast of everything that's going on coming up on the Frangie Show. But obviously, we'll talk tons of Jaguars, tons of thoughts from the first round as it continues to play out. We'll have the final 9 for Scheffler, Rory, and Schauffele. So we'll certainly keep everybody updated on that.
Sounds good, my brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Pace Carline, and the thing is you're talking a baker's dozen. There's a minimum of 12 that are going to make it into the tournament. Is that right? That's basically.
I actually think it's a minimum of 13. I don't think Vandy's out. I think Vandy's going to get in.
And so what Hayes is saying, Texas might.
If Texas beats A&M, they are in. There'll be 14 teams in there.
That's nuts, man. Take that, ACC. SEC dominates the game. Another sport. All right, we're done. We had a good time. We appreciate all y'all listening. We'll be back here in the Palm Valley Village tomorrow, so drop on by. But you got the Frangie Show to enjoy this afternoon. We say thanks to JJ as we send it back to JJville. Have a great afternoon, everybody.